Why is it that the value of my brand can be recognized by formal financial institutions, even up to the government? It can be recognized when they need me to do something for them.
Right.
Now, okay, he's strong in this area. Let's go get him so he could provide this service for us.
Right.
And we could reap the benefit of the strength of his brand. But when I sit down across from you and I need you to do something for me, now the value of my brand is being questioned. Well, I don't know if it's that big. Oh, man, I don't know if he can he do it again? Well, what else does he have going on? Well, what kind of news? What kind of headlines? They create excuses when I need them to do something for me, but they have nothing but praise when they need me to do something for them. Why is that?
This is called the magic of negotiation. The seller's job is to overvalue their asset.
Okay.
The buyer's job is to undervalue that asset. The negotiation is the magic is to find a win-win somewhere in the middle.
Right.
But it is your job to believe that you're worth more than you actually are, and to advocate for that. It is the person who is trying to buy or leverage or use your business to get it for the lowest possible price they possibly can so they can make a profit. By the way, none of this is personal.
Right.
We got to stop taking stuff personal.
Okay.
This is business. Business is not personal.
I go for that. Well, you do know that art comes now. Listen,
this is hard for an artist to hear because everything for an artist is personal.
I get it. That's
by the way, it's a music business.
It is the music business.
Music.
It is the music business. But okay, before it was the music business, it was music. Okay, and somebody who probably could not cut it as an artist or a maker of music said, well, let's just figure out how to create a business from this.
I love this conversation.
And that's when all the shit came in the game. You dig what I'm saying?
So Las Vegas started from the mafia. Parts of the music business started from the mafia. It was a business, and they would literally take R&B artists and hang them out windows to, quote, negotiate back in the day.
Sure they would.
So Quincy Jones, our friend and mentor, who's worth $340 million in a bad day.
That's enough.
After he lost $500 million on the Time Warner AOL deal, so he's worth much more than that. But he says this: if you think you're in the music business and you don't own music rights, publishing rights, licensing rights, you're actually not in the music business. You're a temporary performer.
Work for hire.
You're a temporary performer. You're completely replaceable because
like a plumber.
Worse, the plumber is actually in control of a unique talent that's necessary for life. A temporary entertainer can go out of vogue tomorrow. Right? You've been in this game so long, you're now a veteran and an elder statesman, and you're relevant at the same time. That's brilliant, but most people cannot do that. So Quincy Jones realized that it was about ownership. We forget, I hate to say it this way, a church is probably the most noble form of a business.
Noble?
But it is a business.
Why do you say it's noble?
Well, I believe the churches are. Okay,
I'm just.
Right. I believe the churches have a noble calling. I think the church of Reverend. I think the church. I'm gonna trip you up here. The church where Andrew Young pastors is noble.
Yeah.
The church where Dr. King pastored was noble. This is where you find some common ground. We understand there's a lot of folks pimping the pulpit.
They are exceptions to the rule, though.
But my point was, without that weekly passing of the plate to pay lights, mortgage, salaries of the secretary of the church, they can't survive either.
Okay.
Whatever it is you want to talk about in the course of your day is a capitalist model. Even if you want to distribute money like a socialist, you got to first collect it like a capitalist. What I'm saying is we don't have our business management hat on.
Okay.
That black artists, but black artists in particular, I need for them to see themselves not just making money, but building wealth. And you build wealth in your sleep. You make money during the day, but you build wealth in your sleep. Okay. This building is making money for you when you're sleeping. This show, everything you're doing today, TV shows. I can't go home and turn on a TV set without looking at you, right? That's making money when you're asleep, right? And so you've got to find ways, whether it's stocks, bonds, investments, franchises, licensing rights, something to build wealth and not just get paid. And an emotion around your music confuses you with the business behind that emotion. There's somebody taking advantage of your talent.
That's right.
And that needs to be you, is my point.
That's real.
It's not either or, it's both. So all the folks who become billionaires in your space didn't make it on singing, dancing, rocking a mic, running a basketball, football. They did it with the business side of that piece once they had a brand. Jay-Z, all these folks we know about.
Added revenue stream.
Amen.
Yeah.
So all I'm just saying is we never got the memo on money, man. I mean,
we ain't really never had none for real.
Well, and by the way,
and we just now starting to get some. Like with hip hop is the first little means of legitimacy, at least in the upper 8 figures.
Yeah,
that black people had an opportunity to really have the kind of wealth that we needed to actually wrap our mind around managing.
Right.
And we all know the first time you get something and it's new to you, you don't necessarily treat it the same with the same kind of respect and the same importance as you do once you've had it a while, you understand it and you've gotten used to it. And I think that's what hip hop is now. You know what I mean? Which is why you're seeing billionaires and Jay and then Dr. Dre and now Kanye.
But money has velocity, Tip.
Okay.
So if you don't have financial literacy in the front end or you don't learn the lessons in the middle,
right,
velocity means that money's not slowing down when it hits your wallet. So if you don't have financial literacy, let's start with the positive. You do have financial literacy. They become the tip model. Stocks, bonds, investments, business, reinvesting in your education. Every time I talk to you, you're just listening.
Yeah.
How'd you get so smart, Tip? You just nosy as hell. Okay? So
a lot of people would agree with you on that.
And then you have, and I'm going to say something that's controversial, but it's a compliment. You're almost like black Jewish in the sense of the way you look at the business side of your balance sheet. You ain't giving away nothing. You're finding value in that and making sure that value is leveraged up, even though you're not leveraging your real estate, you're leveraging your mind. So, but here's the negative velocity. You didn't get financial literacy, but you got some money overnight.
Right.
Jewelry, cars, parties, people, your boys, traveling, private jets for your friends. And that person's going.
No private jets for my
that's
friends.
what I'm talking about. Those people going broke, right?
They can come with me if I'm getting on one, but I ain't never just ordered up no private jet. Say, y'all have a good time, man. See you when you get back.
I won't name names. There's a boxer in Las Vegas that ordered a private jet for his boys, another private jet for his girls.
Well, God bless.
My billionaire friends don't do that.
Man, because they got good sense.
Amen.
Is bitches still coming up short fucking with Too Short?
For real, ain't no cash app, ain't no negotiating, none of that.
It seemed like when we were young, everything seemed so goddamn. It was magnified of such larger importance than right now.
I kind of feel like it's the same thing the young homies going through now, though.
You think so?
They just got a tool called social media, so it can travel in a different manner.
Right.
But it still was that pull up. It still was whatever. It was tension.
Right.
And then a wise man to step in and kind of solve it or not. But whatever. It was the same.
Or to solve itself. Sometimes time allows shit. You know what I'm saying? Time and separation will allow shit to kind of dissipate.
I feel like you got to do it though, man. You gotta.
If everybody agree with what you're doing, you ain't doing shit. You know what I mean?
For sure.
If you ain't ruffling no feathers, man, upsetting nobody, man, about what you're doing, I mean you ain't doing shit.
But I'm so glad I could enjoy a rap career for a substantial amount of time without social media.
Word.
I'm so glad I was able to be a
I'm glad I got a taste of it too.
A celebrity
before camera phones.
Yeah, exactly. Before social media, period. It was just a thing where people didn't have a camera all the time, so they were like, if I had a camera, I'd take a picture, but you ain't got a damn camera on you.
Man, that
if
shit
I had a
pissed me
pen,
off.
I'd get an autograph. You ain't got no fucking pen on you.
That shit pissed me off more than anything, man. I think whoever invented the camera phone, they need to be goddamn kicked in the ass.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That was a pretty shitty invention.
Yeah, that was horrible, man. You know, that was so fucking selfish of them.
But a camera phone was cool, but now with social media attached to it, it's
right. Now you get fame for it.
instant uploading and shit. Damn.
You got paparazzi and all kinds of media, fake-ass media platform that will encourage motherfuckers to be private eye investigators for no fucking reason. You know what I mean?
But, I think on the flip side to how I used to walk the streets and walk up to every dope dealer, every group of dope dealers trying to sell a tape.
Right.
Shit, it would have been so lovely to have the internet back then.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
I would have did that street hustle, but I would have been online too.
But just imagine how many people you could have motherfucking read, because you sold, like 150,000 out the trunk, right?
Yeah, but I would just
you, hand to hand.
Just buying boxes and selling them.
Man, imagine if you could have put that shit on the net and reached London or Paris or motherfucking all these other places.
I'd be shipping to this day.
Hey,
real.
and now you brought up a great point, because you said, man, pretty much, man, it was the same generational gap and the misunderstanding amongst the generations then as it is now. But to me, and I'm going back to my experiences, like when I met you, you know what I'm saying? When I encountered you, when I encountered Big Boy, when I encountered Gip and Cujo and Timo and them, like, it didn't feel like, oh, I think them niggas against me.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
Something had to happen.
Right.
For somebody to become enemy. Something had to be a real incident. It couldn't just be like, oh, I don't like y'all across the room. It probably wasn't like that.
I never felt like a motherfucker was on some, man, what the fuck is this? Why them young niggas doing shit like that? So I don't understand why now it's such a divide. I don't really get that for real. You know what I mean? I think you guys, y'all generation, y'all accepted us. At least I feel like I was accepted with open arms. You know what I mean?
was raised on, if you got beef with a rapper, anybody, anything, the last thing you want to do is talk about it or rap about it. Like you want it to just happen.
That's real.
Like man,
you know what I'm saying?
We squashed a lot of beefs just by being face to face.
Right.
Like, bro, like it's not about to be a rap thing, bro. It's about to be like us and y'all.
Yeah.
They're like, nah, man. It's like whatever it be. Like we just end up being homies, and we let that shit go. We wasn't really like escalating to the point of, like my homies wouldn't even let me, like, even if I wanted to take a side in the East Coast or West Coast rap battle, they'd be like, nigga, we from Oakland, nigga, what you talking about? Ain't nobody, what are you talking about? You about to jump in on the rap battle?
I think, man, but like as a elder statesman and a self-proclaimed old ass rapper, you know what I'm saying? How could you advise somebody like me, you know what I'm saying, as a like better politics of how to kind of communicate better and understand the next generation better? What's your formula?
I feel like a lot of people needed what we call kingpins.
Right.
We don't use that word a lot anymore. Kingpin was like the unofficial mayor of the neighborhood.
The gatekeeper.
Was the boss.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who could bring justice.
Right.
Or the opposite, whatever. So I think when we made Kingpin a really bad thing, we made Kingpin a life sentence. Kingpin get 40 years.
It was really just leadership.
And that was a part of it. But, it was a crime being involved and whatever. But I'm saying
sometimes
we took away that leadership.
Yeah.
So
semantics. Those are just, minor details.
So I'm on that mind frame where in the days of a kingpin, you don't call the police.
That's right.
You call the kingpin and say, man, it's about to be some stuff in your neighborhood between me and old boy over there. Yeah. Can it be?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You get the yay or the nay.
You had to be sanctioned.
Yeah. So we lost that.
Right.
Ain't nobody. If I don't really know of a lot of cats that got that. Yeah. You might have that over your crew, but cats used to have that over a whole side of town. Yeah. Over a whole neighborhood. Over a whole city.
And now it's just renegade motherfucker running around doing kamikaze shit.
So I squashed a lot of stuff in my day by immediately asking my OGs and your OGs, can we have a war? And they like, what is it about? Nah, y'all can't do it.
Right.
Or they'll the council.
And then you have to squash that shit.
And we don't take that time right now through social media and through, just that. I like to think, it's a lot more than just social media, bro. We talking about the kids of all these, could have been drug users, drug dealers, people that got murdered, people that got caught in the net. Right. The
crack era,
the war on crime, the war on
drugs,
that whole little mass incarceration, big old picture.
Right.
And you got all these kids. You can sit them down right now and say, how many of y'all grew up with your mom and daddy? And then they're gonna start
fractions.
I grew up with my mama. I grew up with my daddy. I grew up with my auntie. I grew up with my big brother. Whatever. Yeah. And it starts breaking down to to a whole group of kids that go, I didn't grow up with nobody. We raised ourselves.
Right.
So it's like, why would I listen to an OG telling me to think about it? Fuck thinking about it. It made me mad. I'm about to go get him. It's just like that. Ain't no, the rules is gone. You know, the gangbanging used to have like hand-me-down generation to generation rules. And a lot of cats going now, man, you know, they like, nigga, I'm an OG killer too, nigga. So,
That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
So,
I mean, that's what we got to. We got to get back to the respect. You know what I'm saying? That was because you respected those leaders so much.
You got little dudes who probably got it in them right now to be a leader.
Right.
But what's the cost of being a leader if you're gonna be a hood leader?
That's
you know
real.
what I'm saying? You're gonna get that kingpin time.
That's real. I mean, well, you know what? I think those leadership qualities can be applied to different. How do you say talents?
Like legitimate business?
By legitimate means. And you know what I'm saying? Even if, for instance, one of those kids could take those same talents he had and be a young Huey P. Newton. You know what I'm saying? And start the Black Panthers or another organization that could really, you know,
I feel like all those rich dope dealers of the 80s and 90s was CEOs.
That's real.
They was executives.
Absolutely. I say this shit all the time, man. I say, goddamn, really, the war on drug, the crack era, as horrible as it was, the epidemic tore down the community and dismantled families and incarcerated people, stole lives, definitely. But it also, as I said before, there could be no bad without good and vice versa. It also allowed us an opportunity to understand business. You understand? Understand manufacturing, distribution, understand, you know, like just profit loss, you know what I'm saying? Just different areas of business that we would never have the opportunity to be included in had it not been for the crack era. And I use the specific example. Take Eazy-E, right?
Right.
Eazy was you know what I'm saying, a Compton neighborhood dope dealer, right? Okay, he had a homeboy. Eazy didn't have no dream. He just wanted to be the best dope dealer he could be, you know what I'm saying? He had the means to do it. His homeboy had a dream. His homeboy dream was to be a DJ and a record producer. Easy to say, well, shit, that what you want to do? I believe in you. I got this money. I'm going to invest in you. All right? So him selling dope allowed him the opportunity to invest in Dr. Dre, which then brought about NWA and changed, you know, the narrative on the West Coast, you know, just politically and in other ways. And now Dr. Dre is a billionaire. And that started from the money that Eazy was able to subsidize through his drug business.
Well, you know, Eazy is one of my heroes because I understand the tree of hip hop, the family tree. If you take him out the equation,
a lot of shit wouldn't exist.
Just imagine that. Like, just not a lot of people in hip hop have the branches that he has. Right. And his branches are Ice Cube, absolutely, Dr. Dre, absolutely, Eminem, 50 Cent.
Yeah, I mean,
don't exist if he don't come in the game. Bone Thugs and Harmony.
That's cold.
You know what I'm saying? The list is long though.
Yeah, that's cold.
Of very significant contributions to hip hop that didn't come directly from him, but they came because of him.
That's right. You know what, man? And you being a true hip hop pimp pioneer. Now, a lot of people may not know that when you started rapping back in the day, that police were stopping your shows for obscenities. And we talk a lot about, you know what I'm saying, Uncle Luke and Band in the USA, but, you know, people were boycotting your shows and shit because you was, you had girls giving oral sex on stage and shit like that.
Things would happen.
And
you, it wasn't really so much as they would be out for too short around the country, but if I'm about to do a show in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and it's 1990 and it's the Bible Belt and they ain't really seen a lot of hip hop, it's an issue. Yeah, it's some church folk getting together and they like something bad is about to happen to our kids, like
something bad about to. Okay, but yet and still they can be behind the scenes living the life of polygamy and you know what I'm saying, doing all they shit that they doing, but they don't want you to be in the auditorium saying what you want to say.
Yeah, you
that's some bullshit.
Well, you know, it's the Bible Belt, man. But it was places like that. Even I'd be up in maybe the Northwest in some small town in the state of Washington, right? And they I remember doing a show that was sold out. Okay, I get my money, and the audience is empty, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? A sold out show in an empty audience, and they like the parents. It's like a really strict religious community. They like the parents told the kids if they go, then you know. They already bought the tickets, so they can't refund them. But their parents made a picket line outside, and they couldn't cross it.
But shit, that shit just made it even bigger.
I done been to shows where they told the audience they was like, okay, basically they said we don't want you. You can watch it, but you can't like it. So they
You
said
can watch it, but you can't like
the
it.
The rules at the show was everybody has to sit in their seat. No one can stand up, and you can't cheer or do any of that. If I go say ho, they can't say it back.
Damn.
So they just did the show. They had to quietly love it.
They had to quietly love it.
Man, we done been arrested right off stage.
For real? For
yeah.
what? What was the charge?
It was always for using obscene language in front of a public crowd or something like that.
That shit against the law?
In cities like Savannah, Georgia, like it was always Cincinnati, Ohio. Everybody's had
Shit.
It's probably them laws is probably still on the books.
Well, listen, brother, I thank you for trailblazing, kicking down the doors to fight for freedom of speech so we can get out here, man,
and get our money.
Act a donkey and bitches can suck cucumbers today. But real spill, though, bro, I think that, without sacrifices that were made by people like you, you know what I'm saying, that people like me would not have, such illustrious career. So I really do appreciate it. You're a motherfucking legend in my eyes. Now, out of your legendary career, man, how many albums have you recorded?
My official number is 20, but it's
20 albums.
A lot of stuff happening there. A lot of compilations, a lot of guest appearances, a lot of...
God damn. 20 albums.
20 solid albums, like mixed, mastered, released albums.
So let me ask you, which one of those albums, if you had to pick one that you feel like was, I guess, a highlight of your career that kind of opened up new doors of success for you, which album would that be?
Well, the album that sums up the whole first part of my career is album number 10, Getting It. Get It While the Getting Is Good.
Okay.
Now, that album was the end of an era for me where I was working with a team of producers.
Okay. The Dangerous Crew.
Yeah. We had a keyboard player, we had a guitar player,
right,
bass. My man Ant Banks was programming and mixing and stuff, and we just, I make music. I'm in the studio we do it. It's just our little crew.
Right.
And we probably did about 4 or 5 Too Short albums and a bunch of other albums in our crew. But we had a sound. And that was a sound that people know and love that sound.
That's right.
So that album number 10 was perfectly, it sounds like what the whole time we was trying to do.
Yeah.
And we finally got to it and we did it. But then, you get to a certain point with a certain crew.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got a little Benz, everybody got a little house, everybody got a little
Everybody
crew.
want more.
And I ain't going to say that it was more, but everybody want to be they own man,
Right.
And it's like, man, we got a good thing. Let's keep going. I'm the boss.
Yeah.
Hey, like, man, nigga, nigga. I mean, one of the homies was like, man, I just need 100,000 right now. I said, 100,000, that's cool. I give you 100,000. He go, all you gotta do is this, and this. You had 100,000. Like, no, I want it up front.
Up front.
I'm like, nigga, you gonna get it in?
With no recouping and nothing.
Just give me 100,000.
They give you 100,000 on the cool.
But it's just everybody see how the money be split up, and sometimes they're affected by you going to buy 2 jet skis or something.
Anytime you count another nigga pockets, it's a bad decision to follow.
So then I would say coming out of that era, I stepped back. Some of us still stayed together. We kept the funk going.
Right.
But I think Little John and when he gave me Shake That Monkey and Blow the Whistle on 2 different albums back to back.
Right.
That was like a whole new career for me.
Right.
Like I was at a point where I was Too Short Dog, Freaky Tales, Getting It. Like,
right.
I had like 6 platinum albums and 4 gold albums.
Right.
And here come Lil Jon. My shit should have been the story. That was a great story.
Right.
Here come Lil Jon. I'm like, man, I like the way this dude beats sound. I like this dude energy.
Right.
I took Lil Jon. I got a tour with the Hot Boys headlining as the Hot Boys.
Right.
And it was UGK. It was Mystical. It was me. It was a whole little crew.
Right.
I took Lil Jon as like you let somebody open for you.
Right.
He wasn't even famous.
Right.
I let the nigga close for me.
Right.
Because of what he used to do in Atlanta and
that
do
man
around.
had an incredible energy.
Yeah, so I would do my whole show, and then we had that song, "What the fuck you gonna do?" Nigga?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What's that shit? Couldn't be a better player than me.
Okay.
Even if you fucked every day of the week. That
That's
shit was
right.
big in Atlanta. So I would do that song with him, and the crowds would go crazy, and then I would just leave, and this nigga would just take him to a frenzy.
Just turn up.
And early on, I knew that Lil Jon was he needed me to get in the game,
Right.
but I needed them beats.
Yeah, you needed that sauce.
So I was like,
And it was a different energy because I think that Blow the Whistle and what's the first one?
Shake That Monkey.
Shake That Monkey. Those were the first 2 times I heard Too Short in the club.
In the club, yeah. Lil Jon. Lil
Them were the first times I heard a Too Short record playing consistently in the club.
And that's
and on the radio.
That was the Lil Jon Connect. That was the new career.
Yeah.
'Cause I got a whole fan base now that go, shit, Too Short all about shaking your ass. And then like, I'm like, not the early days. The early days was about talking shit,
man,
and some bass and riding around in your car listening to it.
That's real. You know what? So aside from Life is Too Short and Short Dogs in the House, the one album or the 2 albums I think of yours that really, really stood out to me in my childhood and in my teenage years, Get In Where You Fit In and Cocktails.
And that was in that little run I was saying with the crew. Cause, I listened back to them albums, man. And
I got to ask you though. Wait a minute before you get into that.
Yeah.
So is bitches still coming up short, fucking with Too Short?
For real, ain't no Cash App, ain't no negotiating, none of that.
How do you determine what's good and what sucks now?
It's hard.
I'm
having a hard time with that because I be feeling like my ears are old because
as soon as I say something suck, they blow up.
Yeah.
So I say, man, that shit suck, man. Get that shit out of here. Blow up. Boom.
All the things that you think need more time. I've seen something I think like it had potential. I'm like, yo, I like his energy. I like his, but I think this era is no artist development. It's like if I made a song in my living room last night,
you gonna hear it.
I'm ready to
You gonna hear this
I'm ready to
SoundCloud
put it up right now.
Load
me
me
up.
up. That's the thing, man. Do you think that it's better or worse now without any gatekeepers?
That's an interesting question, man. Better or worse? I think it's better in the sense of the freedom for people to explore, find themselves.
Right.
Because without the freedom, that's what kept people in a box sometimes. Oh, I could never do that. If you know what I mean? Now you seeing
everybody
this person can do it, I'm going to give it a shot. Yeah. You know what I mean? You don't even know if you're good at it until you give it a shot. You might give it a shot and be like, nah, I'm really good at this shit. There's some people that say, nah, I can't rap for shit. I can't do this shit. You know what I'm saying?
We need more of those. That's the hero we need.
No, the confidence of people now, too, is high as shit. Because if they see somebody that they believe ain't even that ill and they are successful, then their confidence is like, I can do that, too.
That's horrible. That is horrible.
It's horrible for the craft, but that's why I said the freedom is great for people. I love people being able to manifest what they want to do and try to do it.
Man.
But the actual craft, that's where it gets saturated and you lose.
Can you imagine seeing such a horrible barber? Motherfucker done fucked up so many heads that make you feel like you could do it too.
Mm-hmm. I think barbers used to do that back in the day.
I mean, but how good of a barber? I was a horrible barber.
Yeah.
Any female rappers that you like right now?
Oh, man. Tierra Whack.
She dope.
Yeah.
She dope as hell.
She's dope. I love running into her on Instagram and she just wilding out. I like Lady London.
Don't know her. It's Googleable.
You know, I come
it's
from
Googleable.
Right, absolutely.
You know?
But I come from the school where if you got flow and you saying something, it's just like,
What about Rhapsody?
Yeah.
I love Rhapsody.
Yeah, love Rhapsody. That's North Carolina coming through. It's a lot of them out there. Mayday out of Detroit.
Okay.
You know, I like Cash Doll.
Cash Doll dope.
Yeah, I like
and Tokyo Jets too.
Tokyo Jets. Yeah, that's your people. That's right.
Tokyo Jets. She's
she reminds me of you. The flow, you know, it's like
Man.
you talking that smack at the same time, but you got that flow and that accent. Like y'all make words sound way cooler than they are. Right?
Well, Tokyo is from Duval. She's from
He
Jacksonville.
ain't got that accent no more.
Nah, I had to straighten myself up.
What?
I know how to talk. I know how to get like that if I need to.
No.
All right.
Wait.
Just
You
wait
think
later
that
on. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna
No?
show it to you. I'm gonna show it to
he
you.
said he gonna show it to
If
you.
you go back to his first album,
Nah, like she.
versus the last album, and
Yeah.
his voice is totally different.
See what she talking about here. For one, she talking about One day in LA, I'm at the mall and I'm back for well-built bras. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, see, look, see.
She's like, she want that. She want that.
But see, the thing is, as you learn and you grow and you evolve, you understand that this is a broken English that we speak. This is, this is not the appropriate way to articulate your thoughts into words and speak in correct English where you can be, accepted and respected by people who happen to be the decision makers in society.
Right.
So I maintain the authority, option, or ability to do both.
Well, and because you get into a space where you now can be understood, you're able to be accepted by the masses.
Right on.
Which gives you more territory. You just expand your territory. And then you can always go underground and do the whoop-de-woo-woo.
Yeah, you dig what I'm saying? Underground. That would be underground.
UGK, they never lose theirs. They sound the same.
Yeah, but a lot of, we all know UGK.
We all had different journeys.
Hit the
we all had different journeys. Everybody in life had different journeys. And UGK, they lived throughout their journey so that I could, pick up where they left off and carry mine even further. Yeah.
You could have whatever you like.
Just as MC Light. See, UGK would have never made that song. You know what I mean? I had to.
Yeah.
I liked it, baby.
Look at the life I was living then versus the life I was living at the time when with the dialect that you're speaking of.
But I just don't want you to get it confused because people love the accent that we have. So
it ain't about that. I can't hide it, but at the same time, I don't have to pour it on so thick intentionally. And a lot of time, because you know what? When I saw New York motherfuckers was trying to sound like Southern motherfuckers in order to get their record on the radio at a certain time, that's when I knew. You know what? This shit might be a little, dated.
No, but it ain't no dated. It's natural.
It's good.
It's natural. Look.
It's you.
I love and respect my wife, but if I can close out the interview, I have 2 more questions. The rappers that you like today, what advice would you give them? Not even just female rappers.
Right. The ones that I like.
The multitudes I'm talking about, because you know what I'm saying, like it's a saturation of the market like no other in this thing of ours. So how could we advise people to get the fuck out the way?
Well, I would just say you're talking about no, because you know what? There's many things that come to mind. First, I'm thinking about, you said the rappers that I like. Is there something I would like to share with them? Okay. I would say always to find your multiple streams of income. That would be, just an inkling of what I can leave, because I know that we're wrapping up. But the other thing, the other thing you said was just it's oversaturated.
Yeah,
I would say know your part. Like, just because you want to be on the mic doesn't mean that you should be. And you should really find something that works for you. And stop forcing something into place that really ain't, you're trying to fit a square into a round hole.
That's real.
So find whatever it is that really works for you and get out of the way and make room for the people that really are gifted. This is not something you get better at.
Right.
So what do you think about the Cardi B's and the Meg Thee Stallions? Because I heard you name a lot of rappers that I don't know.
Well, the thing
is,
right?
God
the
damn.
thing is, I can say, that would be typical for me to say, Nicki,
she's talking about the people
Cardi,
who don't get
I'm saying they don't
often.
get the shine. I enjoy them. I listen to them. I think they all got their own
this is
little
what we
distinct.
Have. We have a surface versus beneath the surface discussion back and forth all the time as it pertains to, art, entertainment, movies, television shows. You know what I mean? And she has a very distinct perspective that comes from the culture. You know what I mean? Her favorite TV show is Martin.
Still?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Martin.
Right.
God damn it. That's her favorite. But, mine, I would probably say...
Friends.
Not necessarily my favorite.
Oh, Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I do like Curb Your Enthusiasm would be one. Curb Your Enthusiasm would be one. I mean, like, look, Friends and Seinfeld, because I know all too much what it's like to grow up like me. I already know what that is.
Right. So you want to see something else, another world.
But I do recognize the fact that living single opened the door for Friends to even be what it was. So I also recognize that. Okay.
Did I answer that question though? Because I want to be clear. I have respect for
multiple
all
streams of
female
incomes.
MCs. No, I'm talking about in terms
Why not
of
the
Nicki
men?
and Cardi and Meg Stallion.
Yeah,
I like all of them, but they always get the shine. So I'm trying to just give some notoriety to the ones.
But
that
it's still good to hear it
from
from
that they get the shine.
And Moo Fresh.
It's still good to hear it from MC
Why do you
Light's
think they get the
voice.
shine versus the ones that y'all?
Oh, because they got record labels paying money for them to travel around the globe.
But there's still value
the record
in
deals,
MC
though.
Light
How they
saying,
got to the record deals?
I love Cardi B.
Yes.
Every case is different.
There's still value. I'm in 100% agreement. There's still value in MC Light saying, yeah, I love Cardi B and Remy and like to say that.
Yeah,
like,
Remy.
You are a legend. So to, when you hear things like somebody like a Quincy Jones who'll say something to a younger artist that is out there, that's a reinforcement. And I think it's important to remember
I think,
that.
what I think of is when I'm asked that question, I'm going to say 5, right? Like I got to say 5 names.
Top five.
Who am I going to use that space for? I love them, no doubt. They know it. I've always shown support for all of them.
And you're not on trial here. You can't make people feel like that.
We
you
just
can
want to
be like
hear
that.
it.
No, that
you
wasn't
can't just
even
come
y'all.
here.
That wasn't even y'all. That was her.
Okay.
Because she was making
but
it.
my thing is, you know it, they know it, but the public doesn't know it. So this is
I
going to go
respect
out. So the
all
world
Light
of
has
MC
been respectful
Female
to
MCs,
everybody all
and
the time.
I
still
gave
say
a
drip,
little
drip. We love
shine
Cardi
to the.
and Nicki and
She
all
sings
of-
drip
I like
drip all the
of them.
time. That's what it is.
Can't keep dripping. Yeah.
But yes, I have respect for them all because I'm gonna tell you, it's still very much a man's world, and for any female, any woman to step up and say that they want to attack this mic, they gotta be on top of their game in one way or the other.
You understand?
Yes.